Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today you're probably thinking I'm going to show something else that I got at Joe Fest, but you would be incorrect. But today we're going to take a look at the Gridiron. What the hell is this thing called? The Autocannon for the HISS tank. They also have one for the Vamp, but I got the one for the HISS tank because it comes with a base, so I don't have to keep it on the HISS all the time. Because I really don't like to mess with stock stuff. I like to have it stock as much as possible. So I really did like this, and it looks absolutely awesome. So we're going to take a look at this, what it comes with, how it connects onto the HISS. I'm assuming it's going to be just as easy as all the Vamp stuff is, but there's no direction. So not everyone knows how to do it, but I really wanted to take a good look at this thing. I'm trying to turn it. It's not on the base, so how am I going to turn it? Anyway, let's go take a look at this sweet old thing. And now, right now, he has a whole bunch of different ones, different colors, different ones on treads. It's absolutely crazy. So anyway, let's get into this so then you can decide whether or not you want to invest your money into this Gridiron product, which I think is absolutely sweet ass looking from what I've looked at it. But before we do, if you like this type of stuff, if you do like Gridiron reviews, and like I said, I probably have more reviews than anyone else, and that's just by luck of the draw of how much stuff that Greg has bought, but I actually bought this. So this is out of my own pocket, so don't think that Greg did this one, although I think he said he ordered it, to be honest. Anyway, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something Gridiron or GI Joe or many other things. Let's take a look. All right, so it is out of the Kringle package, and here's everything that you're going to get with it. So here's the base for it. The bottom, you got the Gridiron logo. You got the nice rivets that are going to go through it, so it actually makes it look like it is a top or it is a base. Now you can kind of see where the threads are, and you're going to take this. There's your Gridiron Studios. Obviously, it has a little. It's supposed to look like it has a little latch, but GS for Gridiron Studios. And you're going to spin this onto it now. At the same time, this is how you're going to latch on the cannon. So let's just spin this on really quick. That's how it sits. I know why I'm having a hard time speaking. This one here, now this is for the Vamp. All right. So if you have the Vamp, this is going to spin onto the bottom of this, and then that goes up onto it. I'm going to do this really quick here. See that? So this would go here, spit on like that, and then it's going to pop on the bottom of the Vamp. Now they give this to you, so you can imagine there's probably going to be a Stinger version of that at the moment it comes out. It wouldn't make any sense not to do that, right? All right, so there is that. And then we got the gun. Let's take a look at the gun before we start putting it on. All right, so you have this nice long automated barrel. There's your Gridiron logo on it. It does move up and down. You'll be able to move it side to side. I'm assuming this is your detector, your radar detector or laser detector. Oops. The cannon is. All right. It has a nice look to it because that is just, it's nice and shiny. So whether that's paint or however they did it, but they did give it a nice sheen to it, so it is a little bit different. And it does rotate back and forth. Rivets look real nice. Now this is a gray. It kind of looks like it's a green here, but it is not. It is a gray and black. All right. Here is your ammo cartridge for it, as it's going to pop out. This thing, it comes off, so I guess you don't really need to take it off, but this does come off if you want. There you have the handle. That doesn't flip up, so no big deal, but if you're actually going to carry it, you pick up that way. And this is so you can load the bullets into it. All right. But everything, like with most Gridiron stuff, it looks absolutely awesome. You got the nice rubber hose that runs through here. All right, that pops off also. So it cannot be manually manned. That is what you're kind of looking at here. Push that back in there. And then obviously you have another hose here that's going to run the cables for the optics. All right. But what you're saying is, hey, you have these bullet belts here. How am I supposed to use them? It's straight. How do they fit in there? Well, they're all independent. So this is done so you can make it look like he is loading it. And you'll see it on the on their promo pics page is how it's done. So just kind of load it in there. But it's good for other types of display and everything. Now this here, we've seen this, and if you have the Vamp one, you know what it's like, except for these are individually. So I think this looks way better than the rubberized one that they use and some other manufacturers are going to be using. So this actually looks really cool. A better design. So this is your bullet chute and how it's going to come through. And if we go ahead and pop this on, it's keyed. So we're going to key that down like that. Going to plug it in there and then plug it on right down. Right? Come on. No, I'm talking like that. I spent a little bit of time in Georgia, and now I'm talking like you have a southern accent. Wow. I feel like I'm missing something here because, oh, it goes on an angle. So it goes on an angle, not straight up. There you go. It go upside. It looks like it goes upside down. So it goes like that, but that looks like it's upside down. Let's try this all over again. I don't know if it's keyed. It's hard to see. Maybe is it the same? Again, first reaction. So it looks like it's keyed this way. So it has to go this way. And it's going to pop over like that. I thought it'd go the other way, but hey, what do I know? All right, so now we got to figure out, oh, and then this just pops on like so. And then it can move around. Maybe, yeah, see, well, it doesn't move around. It does because it's on the, I can't think. You can't do like a full turn because it will pop out. And it moves up and down. That's kind of interesting. Just because it's, yeah, I can't think of the name of this even though I said it earlier. On the threads. So I think it moves around on here. But we got to figure out how this is supposed to come off. That's what's confusing because it's not supposed to have the cannon in front. But I don't remember these cannons coming off. But it's been a long time. I haven't taken anything off. Oh, wait, I'm pointing at something. You can't see it. So let's go ahead, take a look at this and see if we can figure out how this is supposed to come off. So let's get the canopy down. And again, anyone that's wondering, I do stuff like this so you can see. Yep. We all get a little confused. But looking at this, I don't remember how this comes off. But does this... I honestly don't remember. That plugs down. Okay, so this just... I completely forgot because I've never taken it off. So there you have your turret. And now this... Let's take a look. Right there. And it has two spots on the side. So this thing is just going to slide right down. It just sits right there. Okay, that was... Alright. I made it seem a lot harder than what it actually ended up being. Alright. So, there you go with that. Now you don't need to have a manned person there. It's an actual or it's not unmanned. So, but I gotta say, I don't like the fact that this is just left exposed. Like that looks bad. They really should have made a cap to go over that, which I think would have been pretty cool if you would have done that. But yeah, I think that's just how it's supposed to go. I think we can put it either way, maybe. So then does this make this go in the back? You can't go all the way around because you have the handles in the back. So, that's interesting. But that's how it fits and that's how it looks. But you're not going to be able to do a full 360. So there's some engineering issues. I mean, it fits properly, but how it fits properly into the turret, I like the fact they did this, but it makes me wonder. This thing ain't turning. I got to figure that out. All right. So when it comes back to the cannon here, as you can see, it can just sit here, and you can use someone behind it remotely operating it. That way you don't have to have it on your tank. You can have it as some sort of air defense from the Dragonfly when it comes. If you don't want it on this. Now, I have a feeling a lot of people will be buying this so they can put it on their Stingers. It makes me want to order a separate Stinger, a second Stinger, but then I'd have to order the roll bar, the roll cage for Gridiron. Man, I'm tempted. But there you go. That is a look at this. I keep forgetting the name of it. The automated cannon. Sorry, guys. It's been a long week at Joe Fest. But I wanted to show this off. I wanted to get it out, see how it looks. And it does look absolutely awesome. So there you go. If you are interested, if you're not happy with the HISS tank cannons, you can modify it, give it something different. Or if you have 5 HISS tanks like some people, maybe if you just bought a HISS tank at Joe Fest and you're like, hey, I need to make some changes, here's your option right here. All right. All right, so a little correction. I must have had this on an angle and I didn't realize it from the angle that I was looking. But the HISS tank, I thought that it went all the way around. So the base does go all the way around. But as you move the HISS tank, as you move this thing, it has a lot of little jerks and everything. The way that it was designed. I think there was a complaint of mine in the video to begin with. It has nothing to do with Gridiron, but it does fit properly. So it is supposed to go with the railing on this side facing and this piece on the back. But it would have been nice had they made something here to just kind of cover this to make it look a little bit more presentable rather than just have these 2 little spots sitting here. But there you go. All right, there you go. This is the Autocannon H. It is a real world weapon. So this is how a real weapon would work on something like the HISS tank. And again, it's what it is. If you like this, if you're like, hey, you know what, I need something more realistic, again, you're putting it on a HISS tank. That's as unrealistic of a tank as you can get. And you want this, or maybe you just want something different. You say, hey, you know what, Destro has been working on something a little bit more menacing. I wouldn't call this more menacing, but maybe it uses some sort of futuristic rounds that, it's head cannon. You do whatever you want. But this will be something that will be available that you're going to want to get for your Stinger. If you're one of those people that wants to customize, put the roll cage on, you're like, hey, I need a Stinger that doesn't just have missiles and then he's out of luck, right? So there you go. If you want it, I believe it's about $40, but that's because it comes with this piece right here. So you can put it on the ground and use it as its own stand. That's really what I plan on doing with it, to be 100% honest, just because I don't want to mess with my HISS tank. But the pictures will have it on the tank because that's what I think people are going to buy it for right now. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Let me put this back here. Before I do, you know what to do. Hit those socials. Instagram, I'll punk with toys. We got the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. I don't need to tell you to really go on YouTube, because you're right here. But if you're right here and you haven't done so yet, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a GI Joe video. Or Gridiron. It's kind of both right now. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Before I do, I'm going to drop some of the Vamp stuff right here. And down here will be a playlist of all the Gridiron stuff. And like I said, there's a lot. Take care.